Hello viewers, I hope you people are safe and secure. In this video, I am going to talk about India's foreign policy. Let me enter into the topic. India has a cherished history of collaboration with several countries as a leader of developing world. India was one of the founding members of several international organizations, most notably the United Nations, the Non-Aligned Movement, the Asian Development Bank, and the G20 industrial nations. India also played an important role in international organizations like East Asia Summit, World Trade Organization, International Monetary Fund, G8+5, IBSA, Dialogue Forum, and regional organizations which include SAARC and BIMSTEC. Origin of Indian foreign policy. Indian foreign policy had its roots in the thought process of the leader of our Renaissance in the late 19th century and of the national freedom movement during the first 4 decades of 20th century. By late 18th century, Indian leader realized in order to be placed in the Committee of Nations, India need to redefine her geopolitical identity and cultural individuality. Initially, cross-culture and cross-linguistic connection with the colonial power like British, the French, the Portuguese, and to some extent Danish and Dutch made the Indian elite aware of the world beyond its traditional political and diplomatic relations, which was limited to Turkey at one end and Southeast Asia at the other hand. Geopolitical identity. Geopolitical identity of a country is shaped by geographical location of the country. The geographical positioning influences power relationship in international politics. It is basically the study of relationship among politics and geography, demography, economic, especially with respect to the foreign policy of nation. Rajaram Mohan Rai. Rajaram Mohan Rai was the earliest to articulate the need for India to be the part of the modern world. Rajaram Mohan Rai, Dwijendranath and Daukarnath Tagore, the earliest leader of the Brahmo Samaj movement, had advocated India's modernization and establishment of relations with other countries. This was the first phase of India's developing an international consciousness and acquiring aspiration to become part of the modern world. The second phase in the evolution of India's international consciousness dates back to the aftermath of the Sipai Mutiny of 1857. The 1857 revolt heralded a fundamental change in the attitude of the British towards the Indian. The activities of the Christian missionaries with the backing of the colonial regime kindled an Indian impulse to affirm its identity and preserve its religio-cultural integrity. This phase of intellectual awakening of the Indians was composed of two strands. One was to imitate the Western achievements in all spheres. The other was to safeguard and further the cultural heritage of India by critically analyzing the Western interpretation of Indian history. Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, Swami Vivekananda, Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati, Maulana Alfat Hussain, and Justice Akbar Alakabadi personified this awakening. This was followed by the birth of Indian National Congress in 1885, which played a pioneering role in shaping India's attitude towards the rest of the world. In the post-World War I international conference and deliberations, India being allowed a role of founding member of League of Nations have intensified India's international consciousness and initiated the Indian experience in foreign relations. Development like this between the First and Second World War laid a foundation for our foreign policy. World War in short note. World War I. 28th July 1914 to 11th November 1918. It ended with the Treaty of Versailles, which was signed on 28th June 1990. It covered Europe, Africa, Middle East, the Pacific Islands, China, and off the coast of South and North America. It resulted in the victory of Allied powers, end of the German, Russian, Ottoman, and Austro-Hungarian Empire, formation of new countries in Europe and Middle East, transfer the German colonies and regions of the former Ottoman Empire, establishment of League of Nations. World War II, 1st September 1939 to 2nd September 1945. It covered Europe, Pacific, Southeast Asia, China, Middle East, Mediterranean, Africa, and briefly North America. The Allied power emerged victorious. United Nations organization was created. The United States of America and the Soviet Union emerged as superpower. The struggle for global supremacy between them culminated in the Cold War. This embryonic and emerging Indian worldview could be summed up as follows. First, India, as most important constituent of the British Empire, deserved dominion status and a recognized identity in the British imperial system. Second, India was to evolve into a modern nation state with modern democratic political institutions. Third, India expected to be treated as an equal by other dominions in the British Empire and by extension by other countries which had dealing with the other British dominions. This constituted the moderate initial framework of India's foreign policy till about 1920. The period between 1920 and 1946 should be considered as the time when fundamental terms of reference for independent India's foreign policy were formulated. Dominion and Republic. Dominion refers to one of the group of autonomous polities that are nominally under British sovereignty, constituting the British Empire and the British Commonwealth beginning in the latter part of the 19th century. Many of the former British colonies that were granted independence in the decades of World War II were called dominions. Many of them, like India, became republic by ending their status as dominions. In other words, regions that were accorded the status of dominion till had the British monarch as their head of state. The republic, on the other hand, has its own elected head of the state. This is all about Indian foreign policy. Next video we will discuss about the phases of Indian foreign policy. Thank you for listening.